We're recording now. We're recording now.
Oh no, wait a minute. Should I put the lipstick on?
No, Mommy, we're here now. We're here. We've waited already 15 minutes for you to join us finally.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So welcome everyone who gets to see this. This is Glow Shines, aka Siobhan, and we are doing the We Are Family interviews with our family griots, is what I call it. You know, a griot is the person or the people that are responsible for carrying the family history or through oral tradition. And everyone knows that Mommy and Brenda, they are well versed in a lot of our family history. Brenda has all the best pictures. Mommy claims that all her best pictures were stolen. So, but I've learned so much, and I recognize that there's a lot that some people younger than me don't know about the family history, and I just think that it's important that we do our best to preserve it. So this is an attempt to do that. So I'm going to ask Brenda and Mommy some questions.
Good job.
Mommy will answer first, and Brenda, if your answer is different, you can answer, or if you have anything to add. Mommy just thought that you would have some extra insight and things that she might have forgot. You can fill in some blanks.
Right, okay.
All right, so first question. Who is the oldest relative that you remember or that you remember hearing about? Well, that you remember, period. Your oldest relative that you actually remember.
I said my grandma. Oh, I'm sorry. You first, thing. Basis. You gonna say Brenda? Mm-hmm.
Who?
Grandma, mama's mom.
What was her first name?
Elizabeth.
That was Elizabeth Mason, right?
Yep.
And she was from South Carolina?
Yep. Mullins, right? Yeah. Mullins. But we gonna do one side of the family because that's Mama's side. Then I remember Anna Jane and Neil. That's my daddy's side. I don't remember them, but see, that's your oldest. That's the oldest person you remember. Yeah, who was oldest? Grandma Ellison. Grandma Ellison. Oh, because I remember her too vaguely. I remember her. Yeah. What was her first name? Anna Jane. Huh? Anna Jane. Anna Jane? Anna Jane.
Anna Jane. Who? And this is Granddaddy's mother?
Yeah, James Ellison's mother.
James Ellison's mother was Anna Jane. And where was she at? Was she in South Carolina too?
She's in South Carolina.
Okay. So did you actually knew her and would see her and see?
Oh, yeah. Anna Jane, yes. I remember her whippings. She didn't get beaten. She gave whippings. Oh, really? Yeah. Because I always thought her last name was Ellison, too, her maiden name. But I recently learned that it wasn't Ellison with an E. It was Ellison with an A. How you say this? Kind of master saying Ellison.
Okay, can you slide the camera back a little, Mom? We're missing the whole top of your... Okay, there you go. Okay.
I get too excited.
Okay. So Anna James Ellison, maiden name Allison with an A?
That's why I heard recently.
Okay.
That's who told me that, yeah.
Okay.
She and Neil, that was her husband. That's my grandpa, Neil. And that's who J.Y. named his son Joe Neal after. His name is Joe Neal. After his grandfather's name was Joe on mother's side, and Neil on his father's side. So he got the name Joe Neal.
Okay, switch. If you ain't know that about you, that's who you get your name.
They told me about that, yeah. Yeah, Joe Neal.
Okay.
I thought that was very nice of them to include both of them. And it sounded good together. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that.
It's old names that came together modernly. Yeah. So when you, like, your memory of her, were you going there to visit her or she come to visit you all?
No, my memory is I went to South Carolina from New York with James Ellison. You know how they bring the kids down to take the grandparents. So we'll call them Grandmama Ellison. And about 2 or 3 blocks down around the corner, lived Grandmama Mason.
Okay.
Oh, really? My mama's like, yeah.
Oh, lucky you that your grandparents were so close to each other.
Yes.
And they both was beating you?
Grandma Mason didn't beat. Grandma Ellison beat this. She whipped. You hear me say she whipped? Mm-hmm. She didn't beat. I always thought Grandma Ellison, she was right off the plantation. She whipped. You know, Grandma Ellison, she had 14 kids. Mm. So she got the whip. And, you know, you probably know Daddy was the 12th out of 14. And so she whipped. I mean, I can't, like, if we do something, I remember telling you that, you know, I come from New York. I'm third grade, how you 8. And one of my little other cousins, somebody said to them, I said, oh, stop lying on me. And she popped me inside my mouth. I said, oh. And my cousin said, oh, you can't say lie. I said, oh, okay. That's it. You tell a story. And she popped me again. I said, oh. You can't say story neither. I said, what you want to say? So you want to say the untruth.
Really?
Yes, that's how Grandmother Ellison was. You had to say the untruth. So I didn't know how to say the untruth. I'm from New York. You tell a lie, you say lie. But Grandma Ellison didn't allow that. You had to say the untruth.
That reminds me of Aunt Jackie a little bit.
Yeah.
Like us saying lie.
Our first day, Grandma Ellison, she had just got, and we took on, they had put a commode in her house.
But so you was using the outhouse? You used the outhouse before?
You know, when we first got there and Daddy took off, she let us use her commode. But when Daddy left, the whole thing changed. We had to go outside and use the outhouse.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I tell you, Grandma Ellison was just off the plantation.
Well, you saying she was just off the plantation? Was she actually? Well, actually off the plantation.
No, she was actually.
She was probably raised by her parents. Probably.
Yeah, with those kind of ways.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like Grandma Ellison, she made us sack gowns, sack sheets.
Like burlap.
Yes, that burlap stuff.
Yikes.
Yes. All right, Boo Boo, how you doing, my baby?
Hey, Ivana.
Greetings. I don't know which child that is.
That was yeah. And when I left the house, because I was little on the bright skin, so I was red for sleeping on those kind of things. You know, my skin was rough. And then when we first came there, she let us sleep in the bed on the sheets when Daddy was there.
Uh-oh. She sound like Eveline.
Yes. When Daddy left,
is that how you remember her? Like you, in your mind, you would think of her as mean or just stern?
Stern.
Okay. Now, how would you compare like Grandma Mason, Grandma's grandma? You remember her a little on Brenda, right? Do you remember her on Brenda?
Okay. I remember her vaguely, but she was sick by the time I remember her. She was, Mama had brought her to live with us in Danville. In Danville. In the projects, right, Diane?
No, we take Women's Street at first.
Oh, because I remember her from being with us in the projects. But I guess I didn't.
You remember that big bed we all slept in that one room?
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember Grandma Mason being there.
Yeah, she had a little twin bed on the side.
Okay. And see, I wasn't there that often, just Siobhan. You know that, right?
Because okay, I want to get to that. What do you remember about Grandma Mason? Then we can get to that part.
Yeah, that part that she was mainly sick, and I remember her from the projects and not from Whitman Street. Yeah.
So what you remember, Mommy? What you remember her from?
Oh, I remember Grandma Mason from South Carolina. On that same visit, that's how I got back to Danville.
Okay, well, her personality. Tell me about her personality.
Well, I remember Grandma Mason. She kind of came down. So she always was meek to me, and a little more. She kind of spoiled us more. I remember.
Okay, whoever in the background, can you ask them to turn that music off? We're recording.
Jackie and I was visiting, and so I don't know why at the time I didn't mind working, but Jackie was always lazy. And so we were at my house. You know, I would clean the kitchen, and just then I would say, So she would tell girls go clean the kitchen, and Jackie always said, "Oh, I don't feel good," and she wouldn't do it. And so Grandma said, "Well, dang, will you do it?" So I always end up doing it. And she would Jackie would always pray she's sick. I'd be fussing her. I said, "She ain't sick, Grandma. She said I want to do it." And I remember her kids, her boys, they call her mother.
Mother? Like the Jacksons.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, how they did. They call her mother. I bet
because really? So all of them call her mother?
Mother, yeah. I remember they call her mother. And then that same year, Grandma Mason, we lived in Maryland type visiting, but they would go out in the county to work on the tobacco farm. So you heard talk about Uncle Bill, my mama's brother, Uncle Bill, and Charlie. I don't know if you can see Charlie's picture, but this is Charlie Henry.
Oh, that's Charlie.
That's Grandma's brother.
This is baby boy.
Oh, that's the one. She was like her baby, the way like Brenda was sort of like your baby, like your baby sibling.
Yeah, I know. He was very close to Pat's age.
Oh, he was.
He was.
I think he passed away young.
Yeah, he died at 35 or 36. Yeah, he died that young. He had a heart attack. That's the one she had to bail out of jail or something?
Well, not out of jail, but when we were marching.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. She got custody of him because Grandma had died and he was only 17. So Mama had custody of him.
Your camera's messed up again. Your head, I'm knocking off the top of your head.
I don't know where my camera at.
So you were marching. I want to get to that too. I got a question for that. So let's go to like your time, because we're talking about your relatives now. Mommy, you were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
And do you know where you first lived? What home you went to after you were born?
No, I don't. But I do remember when I came back to New York again to stay with Daddy, and Daddy was staying in an apartment building, and everything around him was tore down. They were tearing down their area to build new projects.
Wow.
And Daddy would work all the time, and between working and running around, he never took time to go look for an apartment.
Oh, really?
I remember, and Pat always been creative. And across the street, one time, I took some bricks, and we didn't camp out, but we ate out. And she made a little fire, and I put a fork in that hot dog, and we out there cooking that hot. I remember that.
Oh, Lord. Came out there like some hobos.
Yes, that's how it was, like hobos.
That was like singing in the still of the night around a fire.
So it took Daddy's sisters. They went and found an apartment because they came by and said, "James, you got to get these kids out of here."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Daddy was probably staying there because the rent was free then.
He was tight man.
He was tight man.
He was a tight man.
So it was time for us to go, but Daddy's gonna stay there to the.
That must be where Darren and Damon get that from.
Yeah, he stayed at the very end. I mean, they was tearing down on both sides. It was like these two buildings, like I'm living in Danville, and I'm dying to go to New York. And in my little mind, I'm gonna get there and have my tricycle, and gonna have sidewalks, and I'm gonna ride my tricycle. That's how I was thinking. And when I got there, he pulled up and he stopped. I said, "Where are we?" In the dumps.
Oh, wow.
You were in it sounded like the tenements. That's before the projects. That was the tenements.
Yes, wherever it was. So,
Brenda, what about you? Because you were saying that you weren't, I wasn't there. Like, you were born in Danville, right?
I was born in Danville. I don't know when Mama moved to Danville. When y'all moved to Danville.
I'm going to say how Mama, when she told me how she got to Danville. You remember Mama, I used to housekeep for Miss Updike, Dr. Updike?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And see, the Updikes, because Mama, at this point, she done left Daddy, and she in South Carolina.
So she left Daddy and moved to South Carolina first?
In South Carolina first, yeah. Let me tell you about when she's in South Carolina. I can't remember, but I want to look it up. A bad storm came through South Carolina. This is the story that because Pat and Charlie Henry, they went to school together. They had one classroom for
right. Uh-huh.
Pat always say that, try to sit you up there, try to hit you, be back there, this racist head. She said, put your head down, because you don't know the answer. I'm stupid.
I remember that.
Pat was always trying to hit you that. So anyhow, she was telling me, I remember this bad storm, a hurricane came through, and they was coming back from the bus, and the bus driver had, Pat's telling me now, that they had to, they couldn't make it home with all the kids. And so he had to find, what you call it, a cell or whatever, to put the kids in. So he had found a place like that. And I remember it was being with my grandma Mason then. I can remember this, and I was young, I probably about 3 or 4 or less than that. I remember that Grandma Mason, she's like a nervous, scared woman. She didn't know where to put us at. She would run, put us under the bed. She said, no, and put in the closet. She was like scared. And the kids, I wasn't scared until I looked at her face and thought she was scared. Mm-hmm. So you know how to be scared. That's before your time, Brenda.
Oh, yeah.
It was nobody but me and Jackie. But anyhow, we made it through the storm. But I do know a tree fell on the porch and broke the porch. I remember that. And that's when our other cousins, Masons, what I thought was a hill, probably wasn't that hill, but they stayed over the hill around the corner from us.
Which place are you talking about now? James? Uncle Allen?
No, the Masons that we family been to.
Oh, the family when we went to Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember when there was older, some of them was older than me, saying, and they all had pretty decent hair. Because I remember they would be combing my hair, and because they could put water and Dixie Peach in their hair and stick it down, but they told me I had the worst hair. I said, no, they're not going to do that for my hair. Jackie hair wasn't that bad. They kind of whipped her hair, but not my hair. Because when I ran to one of my cousins a long time ago, and she remembered me, she said, you had the nappiest hair. I said, yeah, but I got my relaxers now. I think
that's a double eye roll for me. I said that's a double eye roll. Yeah. So we were talking about how you ended up, Grandma ended up from that storm.
Yeah, Miss Updike, because they are tobacco people, and so Mama was housekeeping at some of Miss Updike's family in South Carolina. So
she's a white lady. Miss Updike is. I don't know if you realize that.
Now, I really don't know how Aunt Louise ended up in Danville. Why don't she end up becoming her husband?
So Grandma was there first?
No.
Aunt Louise was there first.
Aunt Louise is Mama's aunt.
Yeah.
So Aunt Louise ended up in Danville first. And so when Miss Updike, she liked the way that girl Pertella worked, which was Mama. And so she was telling her she was thinking about coming to Danville. And she said, well, when you come to Danville, you can work for me. So that kind of encouraged Mama. She go there, she have a job. And she had a place to take her. Aunt Louise said she could stay with her. So at that time, Mama didn't have nobody but me and Jackie. And so...
and Pat and James Roddy were still in New York?
They were still in New York.
Now, were they staying with Daddy or were they staying with some of Daddy's sisters?
Well, probably a little bit both, because that's how Daddy did it. When he wants to go party, go to your aunts,
Okay. But they're actually with Daddy.
Yeah. Because I don't, know the whole story. You remember our cousin talking about how Grandma Mason hated that silly. She could stand silly.
Yeah.
Thing. So I'm pretty sure they had a bad breakup. Cause I know they had a breakup when she was pregnant with Jay Riley. Because Jay Riley was born in South Carolina.
Oh, that's how he would end up being born in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. You hear that shit? How do you know that? I was wondering how that was.
Mama left him, and his sisters talked to him that you need to go get your family. So he came back and got Mama, got Jay Riley and Mama.
And Pat.
And Pat, rather. You can't see this picture. This is a picture.
Who's that?
Jay Riley.
Pull it back a little bit.
You can't see it. You can't see it. Even with me, you can't see it. But this is Jay Riley sitting on the bed.
Oh, it's shiny.
And he's about 10 months. Mama said that Jay Riley was, you probably heard Jay Riley and Brenda are the other ones was that she kind of breastfed. And they said when the baby dad little, they always follow the mama trying to see where their food at. But he was a really a mama's boy back then. But so, that's how Mama ended up in
She went to Danville for work, and Aunt Louise was already there.
Aunt Louise was already there.
So she went to stay with Aunt Louise first. And then Brenda was born in Monument.
Right in that house.
But was you all living there when she was born there? And you said something about living in the projects. When did that happen?
Oh, that happened after that fact.
After Brenda's born. We stayed right in that house. What's her name? Miss Heath, right?
I was telling about Miss Heath, the midwife.
Jackie's story. I didn't mind having the baby. Jackie didn't want the baby.
Yeah, tell the story, Diane. I was telling it to Siobhan before the tape came on. Because Jackie was so spoiled.
Jackie was so spoiled. So Miss Heath, what you call them? Midwife. And I do remember she had a pink car. And she was a light-skinned lady. And me and Jackie was in another room. We probably didn't hear. We didn't pay no attention. Kids didn't pay no mind when Mama was having Brenda.
Y'all was in the house and was just like, okay.
Yeah, we was in there asleep.
Next door. The next room.
Yeah, next room. You know how Louise Burger, come on, see your sister. Come see your sister. You know, I said, oh, baby. Oh. You know, I'm thinking baby. Jackie said, oh. And so Jackie said that she saw Miss Heath in the church. And she said, oh, I hope she's coming to get her baby.
She was so relieved, huh?
Oh, yeah.
She thought she left something.
Yeah, she said, when's that lady going to take her baby? Because Jackie was spoiled. Because she liked to be in the bed with Mama, and she supposed to be in the baby, you know, so that's how they went. But anyhow, before we get to the projects, we stayed on Woodman Street. Grandma Mason was having a nervous breakdown too. I don't know, that kind of went in that family. But you remember our cousin was telling us that she was staying with them.
Stay with who?
What's the cousin name? The one that her name is Anna. The one that did the Mason's book.
Oh, you're talking about the professor. What's her name? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Barbara. What's her name? Barbara? Is it Barbara?
I have to look it up. I don't have my. I have to look it up.
Okay, she was staying with the cousin.
She was staying with Barbara's mother in New Jersey. What happened? My phone ran up. No,
I'm sorry. I'm turning my computer on so I can look her up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that noise there in front of her.
Barbara's mother, which was Mama Grandma Mason was her stepmother, really.
Her stepmother.
Barbara's mother.
Oh.
Cause you remember Bob and them on the father's side. You understand that now?
Barbara is on the father's side?
Oh, Mama's. You know, Mama had Elizabeth.
Oh, that's right. They don't have the same mother.
They don't have the same mother, same father.
Okay. Right.
So Elizabeth was the younger or the second wife, whatever.
Right.
Okay.
And so, so Barbara said that her mother was keeping grandmama. Grandma had nervous breakdown and whatever. I don't know that whole story, but then what's name brought Mama back down to Mama. No, I can't remember that. Yeah, what's the date that made that? I think.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, because you was talking about nervous breakdown, and you said it run in the family. Like, why you say that?
You know who we need to talk to too is Uncle Sam, right, Brenda?
Yeah, we can get him on. He'll have all the information.
Yeah,
but Siobhan, getting back to that question that you were asking, we Mama even suffered from that too, as far as having some sort of nervous break down or and we even a lot of her brothers, like Uncle Milton, he was really.
What you call it? Is it bipolar? It's not bipolar, is it?
Yeah, maybe schizophrenic, something like that. Because Uncle Milton, he was homeless for a while. I mean, actually a homeless man in the street. That was Mama's youngest, next to the youngest child.
Yeah.
He's the one, Uncle Milton was the one that looks like Renee. Well, Renee looks like him. He's very, got the eyes, got the hazel eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my friend was asking where the eyes came from. I thought they came from.
Now, Mama told me that her great grandfather was white.
Her great grandfather.
Mama's.
No.
Okay.
Reach back in the archive.
Yeah, we backing up. Yeah. Because
so that's not too wild. That's a great grandfather. That's not, I'm Zero's great grandmama.
Well,
so that's not a big
mama
name.
Saying that her, she was saying that her grandma Elizabeth, was telling her stories because her father was light skinned, well, on the light side, and her mother was dark. And then this is Grandma Mason telling Mama the story. She was saying her mama. I don't know why I'm talking about her daddy married that black woman okay, bye. Because at this point she's mad at her mama. So she's saying because on that side all her cousins was fair skinned and nice hair. Grandma Mason had nice hair too.
Yeah, Grandma Mason. I remember her hair. She had really nice hair. She was. I think Aunt Mary's hair was like Grandma Mason's.
Yeah.
Yeah, real curly.
Yeah, kid. And all the boys had it, basically. The boys I think what was Charlie Henry. I mean, all the boys.
Grandma was she was the second set of 10 kids, right? Or 11 kids.
Who?
First set.
She was from the first set.
Who? She was from the second set.
Who, Mama?
I
thought she was from the first set.
Her father had two separate, right?
Yeah.
Her father, okay.
One thing, thank you for Zoom. This meeting no longer has a time limit.
It won't, they'll let us keep going.
So I push okay?
No, don't press, you hopefully don't go nowhere.
I got a big old thing blocking y'all. Okay. Now, Mama's side of the family is, did you go, no, did you go? No, what's the name of it? The Mason side is Mama.
She's the oldest.
She's the oldest from Elizabeth.
Right.
Elizabeth had two girls, Mary and Perry Taylor, and I think 6 boys or 7 boys.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
It was 7 because I remember when Uncle Lamar died, the family didn't know everything. She was saying that he came from a family of 18 siblings.
Okay, so it was 9, 2 sets of 9 children.
Yes, and the other one had 7 girls and 2 boys.
Oh wow!
Okay, so yeah,
that's weird.
Right.
And then Grandma continued with she continued with having a gang of kids herself, huh?
Yeah, I can't tell you who all didn't have gang of kids, whatever. I do remember when my Uncle Allen died, who was Mama's brother, who came to live in Danville too. When he died, and a lot of his siblings came down. But do you remember that?
Yep, that's the first time I think I had met so many of Mama's siblings that we were not aware of. Because all the ones out before that it was Uncle Allen,
and
Aunt Mary, Charlie, and Milton.
Okay.
Oh, and Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
are those the ones that came to Grandma's funeral? The 2 brothers that came?
Yeah.
Milton came and he died last year.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Samuel came.
Okay.
The 18, he's the only one that's still living.
Right.
Wow. And they from the first set or the second set?
Actually, didn't one from the other set die this year?
Yeah, one of the from the
right. So now he's the only one of all. There were 2 recently.
Yeah, we went. The family thing was 2. He's the only one that's living now. But his son said that he goes to the gym, he exercise, he take care of himself. I think his wife's kind of sick, but he take care of himself. Mm.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mama ended up in Danville. But you know what? I didn't know. Aunt Louise, one thing told me that some of our other Uncle Sammy said he came in for a while too, because in Danville was a big tobacco thing. Mm-hmm. He moved in for a while too, to work in the tobacco thing with Aunt Louise.
So when Aunt Louise passed, she left Grandma the house, or she already? What happened with that?
She really left the house to Brenda and Jackie.
Okay.
And but they couldn't sell it. It supposed to be Mama house, but you know how that work, right? It's supposed to be Mama house forever till she died. Well, Aunt Louise, they had wanted to stay in the families, and then Brenda and Jackie, they gave it to Mom and Papa. I don't know how that worked, stuff like that.
Yeah. Right before as a matter of fact, right before I got married the first time, is to John, is when I turned the house over to Mom and Daddy, because by then I don't want to get another person involved in that situation.
Yeah.
Being married to another person, and yeah, they actually when they took over the house, they had to pay so much anyway. I didn't have the money for that, so because I was only in the 5th grade when Aunt Louise died.
So, from my understanding of your childhood, and y'all fill me in, there was a lot of back and forth to New York and Danville between
South Carolina.
And South Carolina. You all were just shuffling around a lot.
Basically, we was going to South Carolina to visit for the summer. It was like a whole lot. We just go back and visit for summer. But last time I was in New York, this is 3rd grade, and we went down there for that summer. And for some reason or another, both of my grandmothers got gone.
They both did what?
My grandparents left. And me and Pat was stuck in South Carolina. This time Jay White wasn't there. Just Pat and I was stuck in South Carolina. Pat was having a good time. She was 13, saying she's 15.
Always.
15, pardon. Well, I was like 8, whatever I was, 8 or 9, looking for a mama, somebody to stay. And all I had was these uncles, and they were teenagers and young men. They didn't want to be bothered with no kid. And each of my grandparents thinking the other kid, pray tell her, Jay is going to come and get us. And nobody was coming to get me. So I was a child in the street. And I remember this family, I don't know if she was a cousin or related, but she had some girls. And I used to go to her house and stay all the time. She almost had to put me out. And she could give her kids to bed. Put me to bed too.
So maybe that's why you always let other people be all up in like why our house always got other kids. We always had an extra body there. Maybe that's why, because somebody let you be their extra body.
Yeah, you're right. But I do remember one of my aunts, a cousin, somebody called Mama and told her to come down here and get us, give me Pat. Because you heard the juke joints. You heard juke joints in the weekend. It was a little street in downtown South Carolina, and there was nothing but little juke joints. And that's where my Uncle Bill, he was head of the household. They put to keep an eye on us to Mama, somebody come and get us. And so they be there on the juke joints, and he would try to get his woman. And I want him to go home if I go to bed. And they don't want to go home. So I remember him giving me a quarter. And that was a whole lot of money. This gives me from under him. And I went and bought me a pickle, pig feet, or some other junk food. So and Pat wasn't going home neither because she partied.
She found her people.
She wasn't partying. She wasn't going home. So I was like, So finally, I tried to have somebody go home. So I remember one time I got sick. I'm 9 years old. I ate the wrong food, and I'm throwing up. And they said, you're gonna clean that up. You know that, right? I said, but I'm sick. I said,
what?
Huh? Yeah. And this is Charlie Henry and Bill and Pat taking care of me. Yeah. And so I remember they were like, they keep it for the junk. I remember, you remember the push-ups?
Yep, the sherbet.
Yes,
orange
the orange,
sherbet.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It cost a nickel, but you had to pay a penny for a tax.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked to the store, and I got me a push-up, and I was walking home, and a car horn blew, and I looked. It was Uncle Allen, that's Mama's brother, and Mama, and they had come to get us. And I was so, I almost jumped in that car and said, wait a minute. I was saying.
Oh, Lord.
And so that's how, Pat ended back in Danville. Now, we went from New York. Dad took us from New York to visit. That's the time we always talk about how Daddy leave on time. This time he left Jay Wiley because he wasn't there on time. That's the only reason Jay Wiley wasn't there. Just me and Pat. And Pat was party animal. Pat was hanging out with most of the time of her Ellison side of the family too, though. Uncle Ray's kids.
Right.
Her age. They were just too wild for me. I just couldn't deal with them. I really couldn't. I'm a little New York.
Laid back,
Virginia baby. You know.
Did you ever live in New York and Brenda as a child?
No, never lived there. I just visited in the summertime. I would go up there. My first trip to New York that I recall was to New Rochelle with Aunt Louise. That's my first trip I remember. And then she brought me into some I think James Roddy came on a did he come on the subway or did they come over there to pick me up, and then they brought me back to Brooklyn to visit. Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
So when y'all were in Brooklyn, y'all were mainly at like granddad, his sister's home. Was this Aunt Fanny?
Well, when I came up there, he was married to Earlene. Yeah, when I came, because I remember she made me a grilled cheese. She took me with her to work. She was a
housekeeper.
Yeah, housekeeper in a real nice place, and Earlene was just a moving. And she made me a grilled cheese sandwich and I think some chocolate milk. Then, yeah.
You remember when he married her, Mommy? When he married Grandma Arlene?
No, I was in Danville, but I know Pat had a picture of it. You see the picture Pat had when they got married?
Did Pat go to the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Was just her and James Raleigh?
Mm-hmm. And she was 18, Dad's about 35, 36. Yeah.
Was it like, was it a hesitance for you? I mean, you and Brenda was younger, so I'm sure you accepted her a little easier. But Pat seemed to get along with her well. What about you and Jackie? Like when it came to like meeting her and early years?
I do remember I stayed with Earlene for a while too, and Daddy.
When you first moved to New York, did you stay there?
When I went to New York, Daddy had a girlfriend named Janie, which I kind of like Janie, but she was on the lazy side.
What side?
Lazy. Lazy. But she could do hair good. I think she's the beauty part. She do hair with beautician. Because I remember it was my first Easter up there. I don't know, my first Easter. You heard a story about being Pat gonna do my hair. Cause my aunt, what you call them things? Every Saturday they go to the barn dance. I call them barn dances, whatever.
Cabaret.
They always go to cabarets.
Cabarets, yeah, that was a big thing for
yeah.
I couldn't wait to grow up to go to cabarets.
In New York? In New York? Okay.
Right. So my aunts, they're always going to those. So this was Easter weekend. And Daddy was spoiled. His sister always do my things for us. And so my aunts, they had bought me and Pat our Easter outfit. But how
about Jack?
What about me and Pat? Me and Pat, Jay White, Jack was with Mama.
Okay.
So I had to get my hair fixed, and we was worried that that they wasn't gonna fix it. And Pat, you know what kind of hair I had, and so Pat was my mama did. So I believe everything Pat said. She fixed my hair, put a stocking cap on it. She said, "Dang, you sleep rough." So she put a rubber band on my head.
Oh no!
And she made me lay in the bed with my head hanging off the bed.
Oh my gosh!
Yes. Fanny came
home. Did they call 911?
I know it.
I bet you.
I'm glad Fanny came home and checked on me. I might not have been here. A brain messed up. Fanny had to dig that rubber band out my head.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, mommy, you telling these stories? This sounds like you had a rough time,
right? Child abuse me.
The latchkey kid, and
I had the worst headache that Sunday morning.
I bet.
But Janie came and fixed my hair. I did with my Easter bunny on. You know, we had to do our Easter parade thing back then. Mm-hmm. That was a good thing. So I remember my outfit had a little pocketbook came with it. Like look at on this picture we got. It had a little pocketbook with and a coat and a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
remember when Mama used to try to dress us alike, or at least two people alike. And I think one year she had all three of us dressed alike.
Yeah. I remember that blue dress.
I'm thinking about a white polka dot dress. White with big polka dots on it.
That was for you. That was yours.
Oh.
She had the good dress.
Yeah, you spoiled brat.
She hated her.
You remember Evelyn shop, Brenda?
Down the shop.
Yeah. You know what? It might have been down the shop.
Yeah, it was two of them. I used to go to both of them.
Yeah,
that's where you get your hair done.
Huh?
That's where you get your hair done or get your dress made.
No, that's where you get the dresses. They were like very expensive, like boot shops in Danville. And Aunt Louise, they knew Aunt Louise by name. She walked in there, and because Aunt Louise was a fly dresser. Aunt Louise, she had the hats, the shoes, the gloves. Mm-hmm. You know.
Ain't that pretty?
She didn't want to make you drink with the tea, like
that was Aunt May. Not Aunt May. That was Aunt Fanny.
Aunt Fanny.
Aunt Louise is the one that lived in Danville that had the house.
Okay.
That left us the house.
Mama's aunt.
Yeah. So the fly dresses clearly runs in the family. Trickle down to Pat and myself. I'm underdressed now, but yes, I got it honest. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, on both sides, because I'm sure and either Daddy's sisters, May and Aunt Betty, they all had their minks through the work, you know. Mm-hmm. That's where Pat got it from. Damn.
So y'all would, like, on a special occasion, get the dress made. I'm just connecting like that because then it make me think about when Aunt Jackie, you know, and she would get dresses made for like Rhonda when they had like the rainbow tea, and you know, like she wouldn't go and buy a dress, but she would get their dresses made or something like that.
So they could be the same colors.
Yeah.
Jackie got into that mainly because of her height, because she couldn't find nothing that would fit her because of her height. I remember before I think before I even went into the Army, and we got on the bus, came to Richmond just to go to
Lane Bryant.
Oh,
I would say Bell. I thought it was Bell. Lane Bryant, because it was Lane Bryant,
and it was right downtown by the bus station. Mm-hmm. The bus station used to be downtown Richmond. Uh-huh. And the Lane Bryant, you could like walk around, get off the bus stop and walk to Lane Bryant. I can't remember the whole story, but I remember Jackie used to do that just to come up to Lane Bryant. And when I moved to Richmond, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you there now." And whenever she came up, I had to take her to Lane Bryant.
Oh okay, well, I was hoping we would get through a lot more. We're going to have to definitely come back. But I do want to know, like, you know, back to your childhood. And I know that there was times when y'all was together and then some people was here, some people was there. But can you all tell me about just your memories of each sibling as a child or during that time? So we can start with Uncle James and from you. And you can sort of tell us the age difference. I know Uncle James the oldest, but was he was sort of gone by the time you were born, right, Brenda? Out of the household.
Not gone. He was still a child.
You said okay.
James was only
when they broke up, basically Pat and Jay Wiley stayed in New York. Pat would come down and visit more than Jay Wiley did. Just so happened on the picture that we got, this was one of Jay Wiley's visits down to Danville.
Oh, really?
Because Jay White never went to school down here. He never stayed down here. He would come down to visit some summers.
Okay, so tell me about Uncle James as a child or early teenager.
You know what? I didn't live with Jay White like that neither. Only being Jay White's visit was be when I was near for those 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back up there again when I was 14. I was 14, Jack was 13. And that was, I had a little visit then. Now I remember Jay White came down here after he finished school. He was 17. And he finally had got taller than his sisters. He always complained that, he was the short.
Oh, was he always short? I didn't realize that.
He was short. He grew like a tree, like boys did, 16 and 17.
Right, he grew up all at once.
So he finally got tall. And that's the first time I met Papa. He was 16 or 17.
And he was the one that gave Daddy the name Papa.
Yeah, he said, this is a good man. I'm gonna call him Papa.
Oh, my heart. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Because we used to call him Ray.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you know what? He always is that person that eye out the guy like, okay, we be waiting for Uncle James. Let me see what he look him over and tell him what,
He said, this man make my mama happy, this and that, taking care of y'all. This is a good man. I'm gonna call him Papa. So he went to call him Papa.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely.
Yeah, so we came down here. And then
I skipped on Pat. What you tell me what you remember Uncle James in the young days though, Brenda?
Like you said, I was always like shy around James because I didn't know him until I actually grew up. But I remember one of those times, like I said, when I went to New York as a kid with Aunt Louise, and he picked me up, and that's when Dad was living in the projects then still. Where was that? On Macon Street? Not Macon. What was this street they lived on? Him and Earlene.
Baltic.
Yeah, Baltic, right? Yeah. Baltic. And
downtown, of course, downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah. And I remember I started running from somebody, and what's Aunt Daddy's son, Daryl.
Yeah.
And Daryl pushed me down, and I was scared, and I didn't understand what he was saying, and that's when my brother became my big brother because he like protected me then. He said, "Don't y'all mess with my sister," and whatever happened. But that was my introduction to my big brother as my protector.
That's when he officially gained his title, huh?
Exactly.
What about Pat?
Let me tell you a story about Jay White too, though.
Okay.
Jay White was in the 5th grade, and I was in the 3rd grade, and most of the time, Daddy, most of the time he don't give our lunch money. This time he didn't have change, so he gave our lunch money to Jay Wiley, and Jay Wiley is supposed to give me my lunch money. And so my lunch time came, and Jay Wiley had not gave me my lunch money. So I'm my little cute self. I'm in the 3rd grade, so I go to Jay White class, and Jay White class they have a little project, that they in sections, I reckon. So Jay White see me come in, so he tried to duck and hide. And I hollered with my little cute self, I see you, Jay Wiley. You better come up here and give me my lunch money. Mm-hmm. And she said, a little girl, come up here. You don't come up my class hollering. Mm-hmm. I said, Jay Wiley got my lunch money. And I went on fussing. And so, because all Jay Wiley's friends call him James. Mm-hmm. So I'm going there. I'm calling him Jay Wiley.
And to this day, huh?
Yeah, I always call him Jay Wiley. But, he said family called him Jay Wiley, but his friends, they call him James. I messed him up, and they called him Jay Wiley and messed him up. But he went home, he said, Daddy, I don't want to ever have Diane's lunch money. All to Diane. I don't want to never take Diane's lunch money to school. No more.
Embarrassing him in school, huh?
No more.
And so, Siobhan, you do know the part about, and I'm gonna actually do the what's that? The test, the DNA test. I want to do that because I really don't know who my bio is. You know that, right?
I do. I didn't know if you wanted to share. You told me that before.
Yeah, yes. I don't know. Hey, it's no secret now. I mean, it came out It came out in a bad way when it came out.
When it came out, how do you learn?
Well, first I heard from Louise.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You were old. Were you were older, or how old were you?
First grade, second grade when Louise told me.
So you knew all that time. Did you believe it, or you just sort of brushed it off?
I didn't know all that time until because he came down. He used to bring doll babies for all of us. Remember we got the doll babies. You got to hold your hand and a lollipop.
Yeah. And a bigger peppermint.
A big old peppermint stick. Yeah. And so Eloise had told me, and then I asked Mama, and she never would. She just hid it. She almost like she was ashamed.
She was.
Huh?
Mommy, do you remember, have an idea?
I don't know. I had no idea neither. When it was Mama child, when it was my sister, we, how you grow up like that. I mean, I can't remember when I learned. I don't remember when I learned.
Yeah, I remember Mama telling me, "You lucky. You got two daddies that love you." That was her thing. And she always.
I know Aunt Louise used to have rumors that came and stayed with her. Borders. I don't know if one of them was your father or what.
I heard that he was working at the Goodyear. Somebody told me that when Goodyear was being built.
Oh, he came down to build Goodyear?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, I don't know. Because
what is the test going to show you?
It'll show me my relatives on both sides of my family.
You have an idea, or you just know? It might if your relatives took a test and they're in the system, it'll connect you to them.
Right.
Has this been something that's been like in your mind for a long time?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked. It's so funny because and this is morbid maybe, but I'm gonna share this with you all because it happened. When Mama was dying, I was the only one in the room with her. Mm-hmm. And it crossed my mind like, okay, Mama, are you going to tell me now who he really is? I don't know what made me, and Mama wasn't even talking. She wasn't even conscious.
I know. I get ready to say.
I'm just thinking maybe she's going to blob it out of her mouth like, okay, Brenda, before I go.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. It was just
don't die with it. That's telling me.
Right, exactly. Is it something you want to tell me before you go?
Yeah.
And Earlene tried to tell me that she knows who he is.
But I really don't think she do.
Yeah, Earlene, because it doesn't make sense that Mama would say what she said. Mama's wasn't like that. Earlene told me that, I know this is being recorded, I don't care. But Mama, she said, I know your mama talked to me one time when she came down. And I shared it with Janice. Janice said, and I don't recall the whole conversation earlier than I had at that time, but it was more vivid when I shared it with Janice. Janice said, Brenda, that don't sound like Mama. Mama wouldn't just go to Earlene and say this stuff to her and not come to you and say it, If she could say it to Earlene, she would have said it to you. So, I don't know.
See, and I guess that's why it's important, and we don't always realize that. You want to know where you come from. It helps you put things in perspective. Like even these stories that we got, I could just say, okay, this cousin do that, and this cousin do that, and it helps you shape who you are, helps you understand yourself better, and even after so much time has passed, you would think that okay, well. I'm just, but it's still something that lingers. I still need to know this who I am.
But back then, family has that privacy. The same thing that they think they want to get out.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was taboo. A lot of stuff was taboo in the Black families and families in general. And that's why he was you told me that before, Brenda, and it was a shock to me, and I don't know who in the family knows that, or if you wanted to share it. I wasn't going to, ask, but if it came out organically, which it did.
I don't know.
But I'm glad
it bothered me for the longest time, but I feel good about it now because I am who I am. you know, because I was blessed with a lovely mother, you know, and I was blessed with, like you said, 2 fathers practically. You know, with my biological, did it affect me growing up? Oh, hell yes. You know, but that's not the only thing that affected me growing up. So that's just part of life.
Brenda was always kind of spoiled between Aunt Louise and you were talking about Uncle Westbrook.
Yeah, Uncle Westbrook was Aunt Louise's husband.
I think he was older than Aunt Louise too.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah, because but Uncle Westbrook, and then, you know, Aunt Louise always thought that if he wasn't light skinned, he wasn't pretty. That's I think it was. But she loved herself some Black Brenda.
You know, but she also gave me that stigma for my skin tone.
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah, because she tried to. She made sure put this Noxzema on. Maybe you get light. And she even introduced me to that fade cream or something, like maybe this, you know. But she loved me, but she wanted to change my. So she did it more so than anyone else. You know.
So what you think helped you get like past that?
The love that I have experienced with people in my life, you know, they recognize me for who I am. I still have a problem with it. Like I won't go nowhere without putting some powder on my face. I mean, I almost went upstairs and put some on here today, since I knew we were doing this taping, you know.
Yeah, you know, I tell mommy, you know, sometimes, you know, I tell her this, that you was, you know, my mom was a great mom, but of course she wasn't a perfect mother. You know, none of us have that, had that. They're people, and, you know, when it comes to those aunties, it was just like, that was a byproduct of her conditioning. Like, imagine what she saw and grew up with for her to say that to a little girl, or to put that in the mind of a little girl. Like, she was probably around during like the construction era, and Jim Crow, you know, of course Jim Crow, you know, so but it's like, it don't matter as much. It doesn't really matter the intent or why. The results are the results. Like, it's something that I still had to overcome, and I think it's something that we sort of have to teach the next generation to. We say that jokingly. We joke about, we talk about Nazir and even Jamel, you know, that was Jamel's defense mechanism, was comedy, because he got teased for his skin, his color, and, you know, having bad skin. And it's like, we have to be responsible as a family. Like, don't let's not be the ones that's doing it to the kids.
And that's why I always believe in that. When I went to college and learned this phrase, it stuck with me. Self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, and you cannot sit there and tell a child something, because it's going to embed in their head. And that's why I always correct you, Diane, when I be around the house. You say that, whatever you call your grandkid. I said, don't say that about him. I know you be joking, but, you know, but I'm saying that's how I feel.
I know, because I remember saying that too, that like, because the kid called the kid bad. You just a bad kid. They become bad because you put that in their heads.
Right.
So I try not to. And I remember too, by beating the kid. If you beat a kid and you embarrass them when you beat them, they don't remember the punishment.
Right.
They don't remember, all they remember is the embarrassment. They remember how you were trying to discipline them.
Yeah. Or even when you talk about your hair. And, you know, you have beautiful hair. You have thick hair. And you always, to this day, Mama, you almost 70 years old, talk about, my hair. All the time, how bad your hair looks.
And her hair looks nice. Diane's hair looks nice. Even when it's nappy, it looks nice. But you don't realize that because it's embedded in your head, what your cousin said to you in South Carolina.
I don't know. The same things I've just been valued about. It's my nose and my hair. And my toes.
Now I understand the toes part. Those are rough.
I got toes up with Daddy.
Well,
hey, who's this baby here with Mama? Can y'all see that?
That's one of Yvette's kid boys.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Chase that case. Yeah.
Must be the youngest one then.
Is that your
picture?
Did
you see that picture? That she looked like Janice in that picture. I don't know.
Who does?
Grandma.
I know we always, you know, we Mama's children, because we always get that. Even though we all look different, we look like Mama.
Yeah, because last time we saw you on Brenda on the Zoom, you was looking just like Grandma.
I know it. I thought she had that wig on that old picture.
Look at this one.
Oh, look at her jacket. See, Mama, your hair looks amazing in that picture.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And look at Janae and Jasmine in the front.
I don't see the picture.
Okay, let me try it again.
You in the back. She put it back, you in the back.
Every time but you do something, you go back, all I see is Siobhan.
You don't see?
Right there, Mama, in the left, in the top left corner.
I'm trying to
right
see.
there, yeah.
What was the occasion, Brenda?
Where were we? Let me see.
It looked like we was definitely living in Danville at that point.
I think we had just moved down here.
No,
this is at grandma's. I guess we just came to visit.
Yeah, it looked like you're just visiting. I was older. I was about 9. We had been living there for a while.
Yeah,
like Darren them came down to visit too.
Yeah.
Because Darren them is there, Darren and Yvette. And look at this picture of two moms.
Aw.
That's my first time. I didn't see that. I don't remember this picture.
What's that?
It was at Earlene. We probably went to visit Daddy.
Is that Earlene's house?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
okay.
I recognize that.
Yeah, yep. Yes, it is.
Been a long
but
time.
this was nice. And I don't mind doing this again.
That's what I was going to say. I want to do it because we didn't get that far. We didn't get into Lil Aunt Diane. That's the confusing part for people. So we didn't get to that introduction. And I want to, that's the part I want to sort of, when the family's married and, Uncle Rick.
Okay.
So if we can do it again, we'll do it again. And I'll share this one. And if anyone has questions based on what they see or questions they want for the next one, or maybe they want to join, we can do that too.
You know Larry? You never heard about Larry, Ricky, and Larry?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about,
Yeah, that crew. It was 4 of them. It was Larry's
first clan.
Yeah, first it was Larry, then Sandra, Ricky, and Diane.
Yes.
And then Dad also has another daughter, Scott.
Star.
Yeah, Star.
And then of course we can't forget about, I know Janice is like, well, so we got to get all the siblings into the story at some point. Yeah, I was probably long gone when Brenda was still there. So yeah, I hope to do this again soon. Whenever y'all let me know, we can keep it going. And because I didn't know we was gonna get that far, but we didn't even get out of the childhood. So
I know.
a long way to go. So
this is nice. Yeah. And hey, whoever's listening to that, if you have listening to this, if you have any questions, hey, Diane and I are here for you.
Yes.
And we'll be glad to do whatever we have, whatever we can.
I need to step back and remind us. Do you remember Mama's brothers? I can't remember all their names.
Lamar, Charlie, you know those. Milton. I know. Well, we got the obituary. They're all written down in the obituary.
Okay, good.
Okay, well, we'll bring that. And any other pictures, if you have them, then maybe,
I'm going to start scanning them to you.
Yeah, and that'll be cool. And I can just share my screen and show the picture next time.
Okay, we'll do.
I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank y'all for joining. And I just want to take this time to honor all of our relatives. We call it ancestors, everyone that passed. And we doing this to raise their memory up and to keep them strong in the mind of all the generations to come.
Okay.
And the next time I'll be fly.
And you can, okay, and I can fly. We'll get dressed next time.
I got my hair getting new dry now. But do you have a picture of Uncle Westbrook?
I do not have a picture of Uncle Westbrook. I have a picture of Uncle Weeds without Uncle Westbrook.
Okay.
We'll take whatever we can get. Anything to help put the pieces together.
All right, y'all. Love you all. Have a good one.
Love you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So how I get off?
Oh, Lord.
All right, now. I'm going to send you to Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
Bye.